When you're an international student like me, you're obviously living in a different culture, and with different cultures comes different foods as well. And foods and specific tastes are one of those things that you don't really know how big of a part of your life they are until you no longer have them and you're craving them and you're like, why can't I get this? Nothing tastes right. So I thought I'd make a video with some tips on how to deal with cooking when you're an international student. Now, my first advice would be to explore some of the different international supermarkets that we have in Lincoln, and also just general supermarkets, and try and see if you can find anything that is similar to the cuisine you're used to. For me, I'm Danish, so we share a lot of similarities with other Scandinavian countries, but also Germany. And there's quite a few things from Germany that is being sold in Lincoln, partly from Lidl because it's a German supermarket, but also just partly because whenever there's like a market going on or a fair or something like that, that tends to be just German cuisine. That seems to be something that people in Lincoln enjoy. I've also found through exploring some different sections in the international supermarkets that some of the brands I'm used to are sold in other countries. I found some like sauces and soups with Polish written on them, but I recognized the branding, so I was like, oh, this is what I'm used to. So I definitely go and look in those sections, even though, like, for me, I know Denmark is not a very big country, so it's very unlikely that I'm gonna find like a specific Danish thing with like Danish writing on it, but it doesn't mean that the brands I'm used to aren't sold in other different European countries. They're different, that's the same thing, in different European countries, and therefore will be in some of the international supermarkets. So definitely go search through them and just keep an eye out and see if you can find anything you recognize. Now, if that doesn't work, you can always try and do the same thing, but on the internet this time. Personally, I found this website called Scandinavian Kitchen. They also have a Facebook page that specializes in bringing food from Scandinavia to England and selling it. You can buy it online. They also have a cafe in London, so I'm sure there is something similar from the country you're from. If you have the opportunity, it's also really good to kind of take stock of the things that you find yourself craving and see if either a family member can bring it over when you're visiting them, or if you can bring it over when you go back home. I have like a list of things that I try and stock up on whenever I'm home. I've got some pålægschokolade, dåseløvpostej, remoulade, just some things that I know that I can't really get here without paying a lot for shipping, but also things that I know that I will want, and that way you can have something for when you're feeling homesick and you just want something familiar, and I found that that really helps. And finally, remember that you're not alone, and most likely not the first person who's traveled from your country and is currently living in England, and try and see if you can find some of those online communities. It's a good idea to join some Facebook groups of people from your country living in England, and then you can use your collective knowledge to try and find substitutes or stores like Scandinavian Kitchen that you might not have heard of otherwise. Currently, I'm on a hunt for sausages that taste like the sausages I'm used to, because Lincolnshire sausages don't. And a part of that hunt is me reaching out to other Danes living in England, being like, hello, have you found anything like this? Because they'll know what you're referencing and it'll be a lot easier, and maybe they have some ideas for substitute ingredients or something like that that you haven't thought of before. Also, it's just a good way to connect with a community of people who have the same background as you, and it's always nice to know that there's other people who get the things that you're experiencing because you have similar shared experiences from back home. Those were some ideas of how you can find some of the foods you're used to, or at least try and find some substitute things so you don't have to feel homesick through your cuisine. If you have any advice or anything that you found worked for you, or any places that you found worked for you, please put them in comments down below so we can share our collective knowledge and help each other out. And until next time, I hope you have great, wonderful days full of good food. Bye!